you want to do. All right, so Kaya, you're up.
Awesome. Thank you, Tad, and everybody else. Hello. Um, so I work in digital marketing as well, and I'm pretty new to it as in the last couple of years, which have just been like taking off, and I found really good mentorship that's just like basically I have more clients than I can handle, and I'm trying to figure out how to like have my heart in so many people's businesses and not go crazy trying to manage all of their priorities. And to them, like this is their like life and death business. And then to me, I'm managing a lot of that. And I'm
Oh.
curious, as a fellow marketer, how do you do that?
Well, I don't do other people's marketing, so it's a
Okay.
different situation. I just give coaching and advice, and they go off and do it. But this is great. I mean, okay, so here's an exercise I recommend that everyone do. And if you have pen and paper handy, or you can just do this on the computer, I recommend doing this. Create a quadrants, yeah? 2 blocks on the top, 2 on the bottom, that kind of thing. And the up and down axis here is we'll say, I'll just do it by blocks. It's a little bit easier. So let's just say the upper left-hand one, I don't know what that looks like for you, but the upper left-hand one is, these are the things that are attractive to you about your business, the parts of your business you love, the parts that really light you up. And then the top right-hand side is, these are things that are attractive to your clients about your business. They love these parts of your business. The bottom right-hand side, these are the things that are unattractive to your clients about your work. They don't like this about your work. They wish it were different. And then the bottom left-hand side, that's what's unattractive to you about your business. I call this the attractions quadrant. You can even, if you look on YouTube, just type in Tad Hargrave attractions quadrant. I walk through it a bit more, but it's a very helpful exercise to keep your business sustainable for yourself. Because obviously in a lot of marketing, we're looking at, well, and creating our offers, what's attractive to them? What do they like? And what don't they like? And we want to come up with an offer where they would like it almost entirely, and there's nothing in it they wouldn't like. That's the dream. Not always possible, but that's what we go for. And that's the reality. If you have an offer where everything about it is attractive and there's no unattractive parts, the chances are they're going to say yes to it. And so in marketing and business, there's so much focus on that, but we ignore the other side of it, which is what part of the businesses are attractive to you, do you love, and which parts are unattractive to you and are draining. And so from Kaya, we've heard one of those unattractive parts, which is it's a little emotionally overwhelming. Oh my God, there are so many people, for them, the stakes are very high emotionally. For me, it's not so much. But I'm dealing with their stress all the time because it's, oh my God, this is life and death. And for me, they're a client, and it's not, it just isn't the same level, and nor should it be, but that's not attractive to deal with that. So the very first thing is just to make a list of all those things, because this list of the things that are unattractive about your business, that lower left quadrant, that's what kills so many businesses. I've seen this kill so many businesses. They just don't tend to it. They don't look at what is it about their business that they don't like, that doesn't work for them. And it's like a leak, that over time it drains away. So yeah, Paige was saying, sounds like you need to raise your rates.
Probably.
Yeah, so that is one thing, because sometimes it's like, I don't, you know what, you pay me this much more, suddenly I don't mind it. I don't resent this. So there's absolutely that. And then of course we can do the kind of easing those rates in, where you say to your existing clients, you get these rates for the next 6 months. Anyone who's starting new gets these new much higher rates. And in 6 months, these rates will be going up. And then you kind of shake the tree, and some of those clients will fall off, and you'll keep some of them. That's one thing, is just raising rates. The second thing to look at in relation to this is, how many clients do you want to work with? Because you may realize, I actually don't want to work with this many clients. I'm working with 20, but I'd only like to work with 5. So you can reimagine the whole business model in that way. You might want to check out Rebecca Van Dam. I don't know if you know her. She's one of my colleagues. Let's see if I can get Rebecca Van Dam. Yeah. So she's a colleague, and she's been going through a lot of the same thing and working on her business model. But yeah, one of the options you could do is you could say, look, why don't you could also just hire somebody and I can train them, and then I can coach them on how to do it. And so I'm not as directly involved, and this will actually be cheaper for you and more sustainable. And you can make videos that train people. You can help them come up with systems for their business, etc.
That would be so much better. Training people to be self-sufficient is so much less training on my executive functions.
Yeah, yeah. You can even be like, look, I'll help you, find the person, hire the person. You can get as involved as you want, or I can help you write the job description for it, and eventually just have a template job description that'll work across the board fairly well and just modified. Because yeah, so there's that. There's also I would really take this time to look at which of these clients you love working with and which ones you love less working with, because yeah, that gives you good information, and then that's part of the marketing and the filtering. So it changes your website. You start to say, hey, I love working with people who XYZ, but I don't love working with people who ABC. And you just make that very clear, and you use that as the filtering. So whenever, it's a great place to be. You suddenly, oh, I have too many clients that I can deal with. So then, okay, I could either reduce the numbers, I could change the offerings that I have, I could hone who I want to work with. There's a lot of great clarity that can come. And if you do even just those three things, I mean, in 6 months, you'll be in a completely different world. And the other thing is, I think it's important to really clarify the boundaries and expectations up front.
Yes.
Yeah, to have that conversation, or that there's something they have to read, but where you can just say, look, here's the thing. I'll never care about your business as much as you do. Nobody you ever hire will. And you can just say, here's what's reasonable to have. Like, and here's when you can reach out to me. Here are my hours. This is when I'll get back to you. I'll do everything I can to make sure you have access to the back end, so you can, in a crisis, change things if you need to, and you can set those things up. But you can have it be as clear as possible, so that, because sometimes people get indignant and they just get scared, and a kind of entitlement shows up, bad behavior appears, and etiquette goes out the window when people are freaked out. So it's just good to make sure those boundaries are clear in writing in the agreement. Here's what access you have to me and what access you don't.
They're all amazing suggestions. Oh,
Great.
give them some good thought. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, Kaya. And hey, not that you're looking for new clients, but feel free to put your website also in there if people are looking for a social media person. There you go.